Okay, guys, I'm back. You won't believe what I just did. I just recorded like an entire 20-minute plus episode, and at the very beginning of it, I was trying to raise the volume on my headphones, and I hit the mute microphone button. So I recorded the entire video with no commentary. So it was just 20 minutes of me playing the game without me talking. And so I've had to come back, play back to where I was. So I don't have quite all the same stuff. I just started this chapter and it just gave me the default like starter pistol. So I've only got one flare and a shotgun. I don't have any flare guns or any flashbangs or anything. So I feel really stupid right now. But here we go. We'll watch this TV.
Hey, buddy. I figured I'd take a moment to talk to you. There's a party next door. I'm feeling pretty good right now. A little beer, a little fun, you know? It's nice. Listen, this whole thing between us, it's a little weird for me too, you know? I mean, we don't just look the same. There's a lot we share. I mean, up here. I know you, right? So I was thinking maybe we could...
Now, what is that light in his face? Was that from the party? Did someone shine a light in there and it bothered him because he's like made of darkness or is born from the darkness? Because it really seems to bother him. I know he says the noise bothers him, but the light seemed to set him off in the first place, and it seems to make him mad.
Look, I feel like we're both victims of circumstance here. And maybe we could make some kind of effort to...
Those fireworks? I said earlier when I was doing this, I really wished I'd gotten a chance to look in that third room. If you remember when I found those keys, I looked in one room and it was completely empty, and then I looked in the other room and it was the room where he had murdered that guy who had the keys to this observatory. But I wonder if I had looked in the third room, would I have found, like, because he's about to, like, wrap up his fist and go in there and just start knocking heads, I guess. Do you think I would have found, like, the chaos or the remains of the people he had beaten to death or beaten up, or just, like, the remains of the party? Do you think I might have seen that, or would it have just been another empty room? I don't know. I wish they'd let me go in there. I wish they could have, like, let me walk over to the car to end the chapter instead of just ending it when I found the keys.
Never mind.
I don't know. Guess we'll never know. We'll have to go watch another Let's Play or something. I guess if I was like really OCD, I would... Yeah, it was very abrupt end to the party there. He must have just obliterated someone with that punch, because plenty of parties would just keep right on going as soon as there was a fight. Whatever. Yeah, I guess if I was really OCD, I would go in there or reload the game and go back and find out what was in there, but I don't care enough. I can't really...
Just a moment, I'll send the lift down to you.
Thank you.
I didn't expect to see anyone here tonight, but I'm relieved to see an actual person.
Oh,
This isn't some kind of cruel trick on your part.
I can't believe I filmed that whole video. Oh man, I was on a roll. I was so excited. And now, I just feel so stupid. I really do. Just chatting away to nobody. He seems really shiny. Very shiny, Alan. What's your secret? Oh, and see, I made this big deal about how another hot girl, look, she is. I had like a bet going. And of course, she's like gorgeous redheaded girl wearing a skimpy little black dress. And she's supposed to be like a professor of astrology.
Signal. That's what I'm here for.
I'm not saying that, you know, PhDs can't be attractive women. I would love to meet attractive PhD women. But I'm just saying that in the midst of Arizona, out at some remote, you know, observatory, I really don't rate high on the chances of finding... I guess I shouldn't talk over her, I'm sorry. Yeah, and then she stops. I don't really see the chance of there being an unusually attractive, red-headed PhD of astronomy or whatever from England chilling out all by herself wearing that.
Tell me more about the signal.
It's almost as if something's being transmitted to Night Springs. It's the strangest thing. It's quite elusive, almost as if it wasn't properly there. I don't know how to describe it.
So, what was
I'm
the
like
signal
constantly looking at my
I
mute
wish I
button now
knew.
to make sure I don't have it
He
pushed.
appeared before I had a good fix on it. He was very pleasant when I was working, but when I isolated the signal, he suddenly forced me out of the control booth. He said it was none of my business. He seemed to change. Somehow he was very smooth and charming before that, but suddenly he became, I'm sorry. I'm not sure I
You
want
hear
to
that
talk about
abrupt
it.
change of voice that she has there? I think it's almost like they had recorded two different sections, like sessions, I guess. Sessions? Like voice recording sessions. Like, oh, she goes in there and does all that talk, 1 week, and then a week later she has to go in and say that one last line. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about it. That's my English accent, isn't it awesome? Oh, I also wanted to mention I now am no longer so sure that this is actually the real world that this is happening in, because the town we're in is called Night Springs, which is the name of the show that exists in the real world. And it's getting kind of hard to follow, like, because in the real world, I mean, like the television show that is Alan Wake. But in that game, like in Alan Wake, the first one, Night Springs is the name of the show that Alan worked on, and had creepy stories. And now I'm in Night Springs, so I find it hard to believe that there is a real town of Night Springs that isn't that's not known. Like, that just seems like I mean, why would you name your town like, Twilight Zone or whatever? You wouldn't. Or you. I think we're not in the real world. Is
I
what I'm
have
trying
to
to say.
ask.
Do you always wear that
Do
to
you
work?
always wear that to work?
Because it looks
I was
ridiculous.
at a party for a local art exhibition. Fascinating works. When I was called away by my assistant, Michael was the first to spot this event. I don't know where he is now, actually. He was supposed to bring us some food, but
He's
he never
dead.
showed up.
Sorry,
Tell me
honey.
about the event.
Oh, it's quite fascinating. It looks as if stars were changing, somehow. Or shifting positions. It isn't really happening, of course. Most likely it's caused by some kind of atmospheric refraction phenomenon, but I've never seen anything like it.
I highly suspect that they actually are moving, and that the Dark Presence is Cthulhu or something.
Did he hurt you?
No, he didn't quite threaten me exactly, but those shadowy things started to crawl into view, and whatever the signal was, he seemed to be extremely frustrated by it. He just started breaking things and left. I thought it best not to interfere.
You were lucky. He's done much worse.
Yes. He showed me a knife, and he kept talking. He enjoyed the sound of his own voice. A proper maniac. You really aren't anything like him, are you?
Believe me, I try very hard not to be.
I think it might be good to have like an evil version of yourself, because then you could always just look at whatever he was doing and say, okay, well, if I don't do that, I'll be good. Sometimes it might be hard to think that you're doing the right thing, but if you had just someone who was just unabashedly, absolutely an evil person, then, I mean, you would always know where you stood in relation to him, and you could really use that as a good
Good luck.
way to balance
And
things
try to
out.
be careful. It's a very expensive part, and we don't have a replacement.
Sure, well, you met me 5 minutes
Oh
ago.
dear, that sounded more callous than I intended.
Oh dear.
Be safe.
Yeah, trust me with your expensive part, even though I'm look exactly like a lunatic you met a minute ago who could summon shadow demons or whatever the hell. But yeah, I think it would be nice to have, I mean, in some ways it would be nice to have a shadowy ghost version of yourself in the world, I suppose. Because you could always use that to judge yourself against. Anyway, there was something else she said that I wanted to mention, but now I can't remember what it was. I need to get ammo. I thought that there was a page, yes. See, I found pages too, and I can't remember where they were now.
The spiders aren't
See, I
really the
didn't.
work of the enemy. They're a side effect. A part of the Dark Place's less significant fauna that has managed to slip through the opening.
Well, see,
I
he's
made when
saying
I
that he
arrived.
actually came through.
Less an animal
so-
than an idea that has assumed the form of an animal. Makes them no less dangerous, but at least they're a little easier to deal with. The darkness doesn't protect them like the Taken, and thus they can be destroyed by either light or bullets right away.
So see, Alan is saying that he, like, absolutely for sure is in the real world, and that he dragged parts of the dark area out with him, which is what I figured after I saw that, after I looked back at my other video and saw the cabin that was out in the lake with the signs and stuff. So I assumed he just pulled all that through with him. But now I'm in Night Springs, so it doesn't make sense. But I mean, I guess it must be the real world, right? I don't know. And yeah, I know I didn't stop, I'm sorry. 3 flashbangs, that's it? But yeah, there's the webbing here, and earlier he found a page in an earlier episode talking about spiders and too many legs. So I wonder what'll come out. And I just found that, see, last time I played I didn't find that page, but I found other pages that I haven't found yet. It's really frustrating. I wish I could remember exactly where everything was. Yeah. And, you know, like I said, those spiders, they're not, like, small enough to be creepy. Because for some, whatever, I know big spiders are supposed to be the creepy ones, but a lot of times I'm freaked out by small spiders, like the idea that they might show up without you being able to see. Like, oh, I can slow motion dodge spiders. Like, small spiders can get on you and you not notice it, and that's kind of creepy. And then really big spiders, you know, are just scary because they're big giant monsters. But these are like just the right size. Like, they're too big to be sneaky, but they're too small to be like intimidating based on their size. So they just seem like I could just, you know, kick them away. I guess in real life though I'd be terrified and be like pissing all over myself. But in a video game it doesn't really bother me. Man, please, spiders are coming. I'm still so mad. Look at his leg. Does his ankle look a little broken? His left ankle while he runs?
I found it!
It looks a little strange to me. Oh yeah, I just go up here.
Directly below the telescope so you can install the array. Don't worry, it's very easy. Have fun.
Bam. Got it in one. Incredibly complex piece of machinery. I just popped it in
I'll just
there.
run a quick diagnostic on it. Yes, it's in
Yeah.
perfect order.
Yeah, I'm Alan Wait, baby.
Alright,
I got everything under
let's
control.
look at the skies.
Alright, let's turn out all the lights, please. We need the monsters to get in very easily. Oh, can I turn these on? Of course not. So does anyone watching this video have anything to do with observatories? Do they really have this level of automation and security? Like, could you just bugger it all? I'm so British. I'm British. I say bugger it all.
There's a problem with the automated clearance system. Somebody just interrupted
Oh,
the flow.
biscuits.
So now what?
Well, you could go and open the secondary coolant flow valves manually. I know it's dangerous there, but, well,
I got it!
please come talk to me if you have questions.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go talk to you. I just don't care. You don't have anything worth saying. Doesn't matter. But yeah, if you work in an observatory or anything, you know, I wonder if I'll go in there. Probably so. Do you have automatic doors that can be controlled and like cameras that track people? Now, I know that there is a valve here. I'll use that real fast. Last time I didn't find that until the very end, actually. That'll probably mess up me finding my pages, but whatever. Oh, I'm so mad I lost that flare gun, too. So mad about that. I like the flare gun. I probably wouldn't need it. Like I said, this game isn't that difficult, but I like having it just in case. I find one of my biggest problems with games, any kind of game like this that has like limited resources or special items, it's really bad in like the Final Fantasy games, but it's in games like this too where they give you like good weapons, is you never really have the balls to use them. You know? You're always just saving them, be it flare gun shots, or like really good potions in role-playing games, like was it the X potion in Final Fantasy VII that like healed everyone to full or one person to full or whatever. You never really want to use it, so you're saving it up and always waiting for that point when it's going to be really good and you're going to like win the game with it. But then you never do, and you just you never want to use it on any fight. And then the last boss, you've gotten so used to not using kick-ass super items that you wind up just beating it using just normal potions or guns or whatever, and then you beat the game and you've got like 30 X potions or like maxed out flare gun rounds or whatever. I always have that problem. I always want to just save them up. I think lots of people do. I've actually gotten a little bit better with it though, as I've played more video games. Like a lot of times I'm like, if I can just beat this encounter, if it's hard, use the special item. Just use it. It's not an item that you have to have, so you may as well just burn it and get through the encounter instead of beating your head against the wall trying to beat the bad guy without ever using any of your items. Anyway, that's my thoughts on special items. I'm sure you're all very interested in that. Just these two guys. See, I just fought these guys a minute ago and I can't even remember now. I don't know if I'm just getting old or what. Oh yeah, I remember this place now. See, I know what's coming now. I'm prepared. Yeah, I guess I'll use a flashbang. I haven't used the flashbang yet, have I? What am I looking for? Here we go. Try and use the flashbang at this part. Show y'all what that looks like.
Okay, that should do it.
See, am I not rendering something? Like, am I supposed to be looking at some sort of dark energy coming down? Or is that supposed to be more like the... The flashbang didn't do anything. It didn't even explode. Oh, did it? What's happening? What's happening? Did it fall off the edge? Oh, that's hilarious. See you later, dude. You have fun. Enjoy yourself down there. That's pretty good. Last time that thing killed me. I know I shouldn't have said that. I don't know if I'd gotten hit. But I actually did get hit once. I might have gotten hit in the episode before this, I can't remember. But I did get hit, and then that thing hit me and killed me. I had to reload the game. I guess I shouldn't be saying that, because it shows how crappy I am after it literally just fell off the edge of the thing. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. I am bad at video games. Ooh, okay. What do we got here? What do we got here? I see smoke. Okay, let's take these guys out. Then we'll get inside the... Oh, shit! Ah, oh, it sucks. It's a big guy. I was counting on that. Whenever their darkness breaks, it kind of forces them back for a second. I was counting on that to save me from him ripping my head off. See, I'm gonna run in here. I'm gonna call the episode here. I've gotten back to where I was when I recorded that last episode with no sound. I'm gonna go check and make sure that the sound is still working. I don't see my mute button being on, but oh man, if this didn't record the audio, I'm gonna cry. But so that's the end of this episode. I think I'm pushing 20 minutes. I might even be over it by now. When I call the episode here, I said that like 5 times. So this will be the end. I'll be back in a minute for me. Once again, like 2 seconds for you guys. Assuming that this actually recorded audio. If it didn't, I might just, I don't know, snap my headphones in two because that's ridiculous. But I'll see you guys in a second.